You have spent hundreds of dollars on anti-aging foundations that looked beautiful at the counter and turned into a completely different product on your face by noon. Orange along the jawline, caked into every crease around your mouth, separating around your nose like the formula just gave up on your skin. But after 30 years as a Hollywood makeup artist and testing all 10 of the best-selling anti-aging foundations on real mature skin, I found only 3 of them actually work. Real dryness, real lines, real texture after menopause, and the one that outperformed them all costs a fraction of what you have been spending on the 7 that failed. I am 53. This is my skin too. Let's go through all 10. Revlon Age Defying Foundation. -2 out of 10. I am starting with this one because it made me the angriest. This brand put the words age-defying right there on the bottle in gold lettering, and this foundation defied absolutely nothing except my patience. I have prepped actresses for HD close-ups on cameras that are meaner than any mirror you own, and this formula would not survive a single take. It goes on patchy from the very first stroke. Within an hour, it was already breaking apart around my nose. By midday, my entire face in the bathroom mirror looked like everything was sliding south. I walked out of my house that morning looking older than when I woke up, below 0, because putting age-defying on a product that actively ages you should require a consumer warning. CoverGirl, simply ageless. 0 out of 10. But it actually gets worse from there. This goes on thick like you are frosting a sheet cake, and I say that as someone who has applied foundation on thousands of faces over 3 decades. It fills every crease with product, packs into every expression line around the mouth, and by noon, the entire thing starts cracking apart like a plaster mask that is slowly giving up on your face. I wore this to dinner, and my husband looked at me across the restaurant table and asked me why I looked so tired. I was wearing a full face of makeup, and he thought I had just rolled in from a double shift. The name says ageless. I have never felt every single year on my face more than I did wearing this. Armani Luminous Silk, 9 out of 10. Okay, breathe, because this one actually works, and after those first 2, I was ready to throw every bottle in the garbage and wear nothing but moisturizer for the rest of my natural life. It goes on like water. It blends into your skin so seamlessly that you cannot tell where the formula ends and your face begins. I had a woman in my chair last week, mid-60s, stunning bone structure but deep expression lines around her mouth and forehead. I put this on her and watched every single line soften without a trace of product sitting in the creases. Her face looked rested and polished and expensive, and she grabbed my wrist and asked what I just used on her because she had never seen her skin look that way at her age. This is the first of only 3 foundations on this entire list that actually earned the anti-aging title, and I needed that win so badly after those first 2 disasters. Tarte Amazonian Clay, 2 out of 10, and just like that, the good streak ended. I was riding so high from that Armani experience that I genuinely thought the rest of this list might surprise me. It did not. This dries down like cement on mature skin. It grabs onto every pore, every fine line, every bit of texture, and turns your face into something that looks like it has not been near a glass of water since 2003. Every beauty influencer under 30 adores this product, and I am fully convinced that not a single one of them has ever tested it on skin that has actually been through menopause. Hormonal dryness, thinning texture, loss of elasticity, none of that exists on a 26-year-old face. This is not anti-aging. This is anti-moisture. Clinique, even better. 1 out of 10. 2 bad ones back to back, and honestly, this one stings the most because I trusted this brand completely. Clinique sounds like it should be our best friend. Skincare company, gentle formulations, clinical heritage, decades of reputation, and the name even better printed right there on the tube like a promise. But on our skin, it goes on flat and lifeless, clings to every dry patch on your face like a magnet, and makes you look more washed out than when you rolled out of bed with absolutely nothing on. I wore this to a production meeting and caught my reflection in the conference room window. I looked gray, I looked tired. Even better, even worse. Luxe Cosmetics Foundation, 10 out of 10. Okay, I need to pull you out of that misery right now because this foundation earned the highest score on this entire list, and I do not say that lightly after 3 decades of professional work. A friend of mine, another makeup artist in television, kept telling me about it. I ignored her for 3 months because I had never heard of the brand. Then I ran out of Charlotte Tilbury on a shoot. She handed me hers, and I put it on a 63-year-old news anchor 20 minutes before she went live under fluorescent lighting. It looked like her skin, not foundation on her skin, just her skin having its best day. It does not settle into lines, does not grab onto dry patches, does not oxidize. The shade adjusts as you blend it in, which means the guessing game at the counter just goes away. I have been using it on every client over 50 since that shoot, and the response is always the same. They say it just looks like their skin, but better. It is actually cheaper on Amazon than anywhere else I have found it, so I will leave a link in the description for you. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. 1.5 out of 10 now. Coming straight down from that high into another disaster because I owe you the full honest truth about every single product on this list. Age Rewind my foot. This oxidized into a muddy orange along my jawline within 45 minutes of application and turned every fine line on my face into a canyon. I looked in the mirror less than an hour after application and genuinely did not recognize the shade on my skin. It had shifted that dramatically. I have prepped faces for press tours and junkets under harsh fluorescent lighting, and I would not let this product anywhere near a professional set. The only thing this foundation rewound was my confidence. If you are still reaching for this pink tube in the drugstore beauty aisle, I am asking you as a friend to put it back on the shelf and walk away. Dior Forever Skin Glow, 4 out of 10, but Dior is the one that actually broke my heart on this list. This looks stunning for about 90 minutes. Your skin in the mirror looks dewy, luminous, radiant, everything you want from a luxury foundation. And then it starts sliding into every crease around the eyes, separating on both sides of the nose, looking heavy and patchy by early afternoon, like the formula just clocked out for the day. For almost $60 a bottle, this foundation should hold up longer than my morning coffee. I genuinely wanted to put Dior in the top 3 because that first 90 minutes is a religious experience. But gorgeous for an hour and a half is not anti-aging. That is a very expensive first impression that falls apart before lunch. Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation, 3 out of 10. I need you to hear me clearly on this one because I have had this exact argument at beauty counters more times than I can count. Powder foundation on mature skin is like pouring sand on dry land. This clings to every flake, every dry patch, every fine line, and just sits there on the surface of your face, making every single thing look 10 times worse. The woman behind the counter will tell you it is lightweight and breathable and perfect for a natural look. She is in her 20s. Our skin is different. After menopause, your face is begging for hydration and moisture and cream, and this product hands it a pile of mineral dust instead. Please stop letting beauty counters sell you powder when your skin is crying out for something wet. If this is already saving you from wasting money on the wrong foundation, hit subscribe. I test products like these on real mature skin every single week, so you never have to waste another dollar on something that lies to your face. Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Foundation, 8 out of 10. And I am ending with good news because after that roller coaster, you absolutely earned it. This is the third and final product on this list that actually deserves the anti-aging title. It goes on smooth. It stays put from morning to night. It does not cling to dryness, does not crack, does not shift color, does not quit on you halfway through the afternoon. Your skin just looks natural and polished all day long. I wore this to a 12-hour shoot last month, and at wrap time, my face still looked fresh under those unforgiving studio lights. When you can survive a full production day under that kind of scrutiny, you have earned your place. That is the test. So here is where we land. Out of 10 foundations that all put the word anti-aging somewhere on the label or in the marketing or in the sales pitch, only 3 actually delivered on that promise. 3 out of 10. Armani Luminous Silk works beautifully. Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear holds up from morning to night. And the Luxe Cosmetics Foundation outperformed both of them at a fraction of the price while actively improving your skin every time you wear it. The other 7 are collecting dust in a drawer in my bathroom where they belong, and honestly, they should be in yours too. This industry has been lying to women our age for decades, and the only way it stops is when somebody who has been inside it for 30 years tells you the truth. You deserve better than a pretty label and a broken promise. Choose wisely, ladies.